Hi, I'm Kay, and I've always looked up to Christians.
My name is Xavier Bay, and my story begins the first time somebody told me I was a leader.
I stayed in Puerto Rico until I was 6 years old, and my mom decided to bring us to the United States. We started living with our aunt, and I've been over here ever since.
During a Tuesday night program Youth for Christ City Life hosted in my neighborhood, Johnny finally told me that he saw leadership potential in me, and at that time I didn't believe him because of the way I was living my life. After being told that, I really reflected the way I was living my life and thought, instead of living for myself, I should be really serving everybody with my life.
So I never really felt like I fit in with my school until I heard of this Christian club called Crossroads. I went to the first meeting and I was really nervous. I didn't know anybody. What made it the most easy to keep going to clubs and just have hope, thought I would get something from it, was Jen, because she was so welcoming and just wanted to support you.
But as I started getting older and things started changing, started hanging out with different friends. My youngest uncle, he was basically really not a good role model. He was into the streets, but I just wanted to be like him.
I started volunteering with middle school group during a Tuesday night program. I feel like city life really influenced me, mainly getting me to where I am today through the love that they give, being genuine love.
I never cared about going to jail because basically I really never had a full experience. This time now I've been locked up for a whole year and a whole month. Intake is the beginning. That's why I met Cap, Nancy, and Miss Peggy. They made a big impact because they're consistent coming here, and then they motivate us and provide us with anything we need to learn more about God.
The most memorable conversation I had with Jen, we went to the cafe and I had so many questions and Jen was so willing to answer every single question, and we probably sat at the cafe for 3 hours and I just kept asking questions. It was really important to me because I think the only way I have become stronger in my faith is through asking questions and through getting through that barrier of what I'm skeptical about.
So Miss Nancy started telling me there's something called a sinner's prayer, like I said. And she started telling me, just say it from your heart. You just gotta truly believe what you're saying. And then we was saying that, and I said, we was praying, and I felt like something warm just in through my chest and everything. And then in my mind, I was basically kind of talking to myself, that's God. And then I started, that was a moment that was kind of a big impact in my godly walk.
Leadership development for us was going on trips to conferences, different training programs, and spearheading different programs in the neighborhood. Throughout the whole program, I've been kind of asking if I should join staff or what that would look like for me. After putting in enough hours and years of volunteering, I thought that would be the right step to make. I feel like that's where God was pushing me towards. So eventually I asked Johnny and Jeff if I could jump onto staff and what that would look like.
In the unit to this day, a couple people, when they're going through things, they be like, can you pray for me? I'm going through this, or my family going through this. Who would have thought? I always wanted to be the man with the money or with the females, not the man that they go for prayer. So
a big turning point for me in my faith was an event that Campus Life hosted this past summer. We went to the Alive Fest, which is a 3-day music festival, and the lead singer was preaching the gospel, and everything he was saying was I was just so overwhelmed in a good way, but I think I finally noticed that I was ready to accept Jesus into my life, and that I really wanted to.
I feel like Youth for Christ is really important because first thing, without them coming in here, I would have never really received that sinner's prayer, and I would have probably never had that encounter with God. The Youth for Christ helped me find myself through God, so they made an impact on me. Without them, I couldn't make the impact I'm trying to make in other people. So we got to be the ones that show that people do care, and there's one person that cares above all, which is God.
Yeah, I feel like working here at the City Life Center is a dream job, just being able to pour back into the youth in my community and lead off a garden program soon. Excited for that, to just teach more of the youth what it's like for food to go straight from the ground to the table.
Without campus life in my life, I would not be the person I am today. I probably would not be Christian. I would not have some of the most important people in my life that I do today. And life just wouldn't be the same.